Hey, it's day number 215 in our Route 66 journey through the Bible. We're in the middle of Isaiah, one of the longest books in the Old Testament, 66 chapters in Isaiah. Isaiah was a prophet who prophesied for 40 years to God's people, four different kings of Judah that he prophesied with, and sometimes the prophecies can be a little bit hard to understand. One, because they weren't written necessarily to us, they were written to the Jewish people back then, and also because of the prophecy, some were future and some were way future, and some were for right then. Isaiah encouraged the nation of Israel to turn back to God and otherwise face destruction and hurt, and they didn't always listen. So let's what we're going to read today in 5 chapters, Isaiah 31 through 35. In Isaiah chapter 31, God rebukes Judah for trusting in Egypt. He did this in a few chapters before. Instead of trusting in him, he promises to defend Jerusalem himself, but they wouldn't. They were trusting in their military. They were trusting in Egypt's military. Needed to trust in God. Isaiah 32, a future righteous king, Jesus, is promised. He will bring justice. He will bring peace, contrasting to the current leadership that they had. And Jesus would come. They would reject him as their king. We have no king but Caesar, if you recall what the Jews said to Pilate. But Jesus will one day come and rule and reign on earth, just like he said he was. In Isaiah 33, it's a prayer for deliverance from Assyria. Assyria was a hard, horrible kingdom that came against them, and they prayed to God, and God restored them. In Isaiah 34, it's a vivid prophecy of judgment against Edom. Edom is south of the Jewish people, symbolizes God's wrath on every nation that turns away from him and opposes him. God is especially hard to his own people when they turn against him because they should know better, but he still is against nations when they, as a nation, turn against him. And we can see that even in our own contemporary world. Nations that turn against God don't end so well. And in Isaiah 35, it's a beautiful picture of restoration. The desert blooms. The redeemed walk in safety on the highway of holiness. And so it's talking about what we can expect when God rules and reigns, when Jesus rules and reigns and takes care of us. He does that. He will eventually do it literally, physically on this earth, but he also does it in our hearts. So three lessons that we can learn. I like to pull this out. One, don't trust in worldly alliances. Trust in the Lord alone. Almost every relationship that you have will disappoint you except your relationship with God. Now, I'm not saying that sometimes God doesn't disappoint us. Now, we have expectations of God that he doesn't always deliver like we want him to. But don't trust in anything else as much as you trust in God. A second lesson, God promises justice, peace, and a transformed world. It will come in his time when he is reigning totally in righteousness. That's going to come eventually. Right now, not so much, but one day it will. And a third lesson, judgment and salvation are both part of God's plan. We don't want to think that God's going to punish people, but he has to. If he's going to reward righteousness, he's got to punish people. And he punishes sin, restores the faithful, and this is promised in Isaiah's prophecy. So enjoy your reading today. It's